Hey there. So I haven't been posting on this platform consistently for more than 100 days, and there's a reason why. So I do want to tell you the story, and I'd like to tell the story in a series of I guess, posts, because I don't think I can tell the whole thing of what's happened in 100 days in less than a couple of minutes. So we are going to do this in a story time kind of function, and I'll take you from the very beginning till up to now. So it's been over 100 days. So anyway, let's start story time. So the first part here is that the last time I posted or went live on this platform was September 27th, 2024. And I normally do something called a peaceful vibe live or something like that. I think that's what it was. I think that's what I called it. And basically, you would come in. This is probably around 8 or 9 o'clock, sometimes earlier, 7, depending on the time shift. And my whole thing was about having a peaceful place for you guys to just come and listen to cool music, let the day unwind, let go of issues, let go of problems, and just listen to cool music and just vibe out, right? So that was the whole thing. My whole thing was for about an hour, sometimes 90 minutes, and we just played some cool music. Sometimes I took requests. Usually, the scene that I showed was a what do you call it, a sunset. Or sometimes if I didn't have a sunset, we had my crystals up and then candles or the view, and it was just this very smooth, chill vibe. So that was my deal for going live. Um, the next day, September 28th, which was a Saturday, normally I go live on a Friday and possibly Saturday. So I was thinking, let's go live on Saturday as well. So I was on a phone call with my moderator, and we were talking about, how the live went the night before, and, what the plan was for tonight's live. And in the middle of our conversation about, I don't know, whenever it was, something hit me. I mean, physically hit my body. Um, I felt like, those construction cars, construction, I guess, that vehicles, where after they laid the asphalt down, they'd have this big roller thing just roll over the asphalt slowly back and forth. That's kind of what it felt like. I felt like I was crushed. I felt like my chest, my back, my arms, my legs, just the torso. Nothing like in my head area, but it's just up in here. And it was like front and back, like it was crushed. And I immediately lost my breath and breathing. I had shortness of breath. I couldn't catch my breath. And I couldn't really finish a conversation or talk lengthy conversations, because I just couldn't breathe. So after some self-diagnosis and after some diagnosis from my moderator, the topic at mind was COVID, right? So I alluded to, maybe this is COVID. This is what COVID felt like. I don't know what it feels like. Never had it, right? So I hear that some people, when they get COVID, it's like a flu or a cold that comes along and it just, slowly sweeps through your body. And I've heard also some people, it hits them immediately. So I don't know. I'm thinking, well, this is COVID, hit me immediately. I have no idea. I wasn't in pain, like my arm was not shooting pain, so it wasn't like a heart attack or anything like that. It was like the whole body was like crushed. So I hung up with my moderator, and I told her I needed some rest. I got to sleep or I got to do something, because this is really, I don't know what's going on. So after hanging up with her, I tried to get to some rest, lay down on my side of my back. I just couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't catch my breath. So I said, okay, let me see if I can prop myself up between. I had some, I think, bags or something that I was sitting in, or between. So I was kind of sitting up, an intent, like, tall, and I couldn't still breathe. I couldn't fall asleep. I couldn't breathe. So after a few more hours of tossing and turning that way, I decided to lay some pillows on top in front of me, and I was able to lay my head. If I laid forward, I was able to lay my head on those pillows and kind of fall asleep. I didn't get deep sleep like I normally do. It was just like shallow enough to at least relax and breathe a little bit. So that was my first night. That was the night of the 28th. Now, where I was staying at the Lincoln City RV place. So, For those of you who don't know, I live in a school bus. I traveled around the US from July 22nd until probably this summer around September-ish timeframe, or last summer, around September timeframe. I was gonna go like east, but the fires prevented me, so I just hung around the Oregon coast. Anyway, if you look at my content, you'll know where I've been. So that was the first night.